Good morning, you guys. How we doing? It's a kachoy morning. Previously on Kimba TV. Kimba, did you take a short there? No, the only reason why I didn't take a short is because I still have my 105 short, brother. It's the same from, it's the same one that we've had for like a month and a half, chat. See it? "20 seconds, you guys ready? I got joy. 15 seconds. Log in. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to get Kachoya. I got you, Sandal. Let's go. You got it, Antillum? Good shit, good shit. Yeah, everybody got it. Here we go. Oh, hey. Yeah, PPI. PP Izzy for shizzy. PP Izzy for shizzy. PP Izzy for shizzy, chat. Let's go. Let's go. PPI for shizzy. Latuche, motherfucker. The math is the math. S&P, help me with mathin'. Kachoy. God damn. Let's juice. S&P,
You just said.
help me. S&P, help me. Confluence. Come on. Math is math, bitch. Come on. Yeah. S&P, help me. S&P, help me. S&P, help me. Let's go. Come on. I'm pretty good to go, man. Obviously, there's the narrative of a higher low, right? So we got to be aware of like that zone, which is why I drew that box. Ideally, it goes lower though, right? And obviously, I'm in a really nice S&P short from yesterday. You know, we're still at the point of control. Like, fuck my life. So I need that point of control to be turned into resistance. Yeah, just the same as yesterday, pretty much. So levels to the upside, levels to the downside, nothing changed. Just, it's almost like the market makers paused it for me while I had to do some furniture shopping, and I was gonna try to come back and do a little War ZZ last night, but I had to help baby girl with a couple of things. So yeah, man. Episode says I was actually thinking about longing that 7.5. Sure, that's totally valid. It's value area low, right? So it would just be a full rotate play, right? Yeah, I don't know if some people are gonna try to long it. You know, it would be where you would be able to hold this, and then, you know, clean that, and then maybe. Yeah, so I don't know. I would want it to break through, and then S&P will help me. But yeah, that might be a valid long, brother. I don't know. But at least we have the levels identified, right? The problem with trying to take that long episode is you're going to be doing it without RTH, and you're going to have a little bit of a bearish gap. You're going to have something like this, right? So you want to be careful about a dip, the tip. But you know all of that, so as long as you're aware of that, let's get nasty with it. Yeah, it could be a long, I don't know, episode. But definitely level of interest to the upside. We already had the upside one since yesterday. Downside. But yeah, all up to S&P today episode. How you doing, episode? You Gucci? How you guys doing? Good morning, Lions. Okay, Julia. Burbeezy says, I love the S&P Help Me song. Yeah. Episode says, trying to survive. I see you, my boy. What you, yeah. So let if anything, brother, if you want to try to take a long or a short, wait for the RTH, give you a little bit more confluence. Yeah, what I really want, now I'm not really too worried about Bitcoin on a Thursday, but what I really want is to see if S&P can help me at least clean those lows. Yeah, but on the higher time frame for S&P, I would love like 54, you know? But yeah, might end up being tomorrow, or excuse me, Monday. Yeah, 5,400 S&P with like, well, if we go to 54, I think Bitcoin's gonna be below 70, but like a 5,500 S&P with 76 could be like next possible scalp long. Flexi says tuning in every so often. I'm puking already for 14 hours straight, so got no energy left. Flexi, go rest, brother. If you want a little recap, like that's the 75786, so that's your like smaller time frame level of support. Some people are gonna try to long that. I don't think it's a good long, but I don't have the data yet on the reaction down here. So Flexi, have that 75786 marked out, have the bad highs marked out, have the CME gap marked out, and then like, are you looking for a long or are you looking for a short? Monday is probably going to be your best bet. So go rest, Flexi. You're not going to miss too much, brother. Zaria says, do you see a possibility of swing fail at 84,450? Sure. Yes. But make sure you rewind and get caught up, Zaria. Do you remember what that box is for? Bossum Boy says, I can already see it bing bonging all day and Macaulay ripping the scam. It can't bing bong today, Bossum. Do you know why? Overlapping value. So, like, let's say that you don't include that wick, okay? So you're compressing the price. Do you remember what we said last week about compression? We actually talked about and anticipated the compression for CPI and PPI. Yeah, so don't include the wick, but we should see a breakout of the range today, Bossum Boy. So you don't want it to bing bong ding dong. You want it to have a movement today. Just like we talked about in the morning, like maybe you've got something like this, but ideally I would want it to rotate. Yeah, it's gonna leave one of these ranges. So yeah, you don't want it to bing bong ding dong. You want it to break this, or you want it to break this. So it's either here or here. But one of them should break. That's why I showed up early for today. Do you remember yesterday I was debating if I should show up for PPI or not? And one of the things that I said was, well, I want to know if settlement is above or below. So hopefully we see a little volatility, brother. But ideally, we break out of this high or this low. And then same with ES. At a minimum, I would want this to get cleaned, but I really want to head down to 54. I want it to leak today and tomorrow, and maybe on Monday we get the long. It could have still bing bong, sure, but I don't know if you have enough time for that. So, but let's see. Obviously, I can't predict the future, so. Grunt says a lot of volume there, longs, we bounce. Well, this is going to be a great learning opportunity for you, Grunts. So just sit back, relax, and watch what happens. I mean, either you're just not listening to me or you don't care, but I keep telling you, in my opinion, based off of what we've seen together, it's all up to S&P. So, we've had people talk about that like all throughout the week. I don't know first off, I don't know what a lot of volume means. You got to quantify it, double yesterday, half of yesterday, what? How much? Right? So I don't know if volume is just the one thing that you want to look at. I think it's confluence, brother. I've been talking about how edge is synergistic. Yeah, so for example, do you have S&P confluence? Do you think S&P is going to bounce or no? Right? What has the Fibonacci done? Is the Fibonacci spending time above or below golden pocket? Are we below or above VWAP? Right? Did you bounce off of a bull CVD div? Did we have a bearish div? So, all right. But I already kind of told you what I think is going to do. But at the end of the day, like, there really is no right or wrong. So just be focused on reading the data. All right. Every day you get a chance to see if you're reading the data right. So, yeah. And sometimes it's a game of probabilities. So even if you do read the data right, the outcome might not play out exactly how you want. So it's not about predicting the future. It's just about having good risk management. You know, like, I'm not going to long the 7.5 here, the box, right? Me personally, I think it's going to go lower, right? But if you did long it, you can't lose. You already had the 7.5 to 0.5 rotation. So if you did long the 7.5, you can't lose. You've already won. You know what I mean? For me, if I really wanted to chase the long, I would chase it when the golden pocket has 2 30-minute candles above. You know, the stop loss would be a lower low. I already know how I would chase it and where my invalidation is. Like, it's not about predicting the future. It's just being planned out. I know exactly what to do. I'm not going to take the 7.5, but if I needed to long, I know how I would do it. I know where my invalidation is. I know how much money I would lose if I was wrong. So I'm just answering work emails right now and rolling up my next blunt. Rehu Desu says, Shiba, Kimba, stop dumping. Unfortunately, we're going to try to get the funky low at 53.94. Maybe that's tomorrow, and then that's our next stop. Level to level, brother. Inky says, what is this BTC box based on? Volume, swing, liquidity, and Fibonacci. Basically a confluence of everything. Yeah, but Inky, like, were you here when I pulled the fib from here to here? That's 75786. And then we were looking at stuff like this. So I wanted to lose the value, right? And make sure you're caught up. I don't think, like, this is going to hold. Okay? Could it bounce like this? Sure, but I'm going to be really, I don't know if, were you here for this box? It's going to be the same thing again here. I'm going to look at the same data as I looked at for this box up here. And I'm going to be looking at this. You know what I mean? I'm going to be looking at this. And I'm going to be looking at this motherfucker right here. I would probably use ATR. Let's see. I think below 786, bro. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would do it like this. I think. I don't really think it should go below 786. Isn't that crazy? I don't think it should go through 786 if it's bullish. I think you're fucked if it goes through. I think if it goes through 786, you should just wait for 76. Isn't that too tight? I mean, it depends on how you're looking at it. I think it's got to be a 7.5 or nothing. I think brother, I don't even think this is going to hold. You know? So obviously, my shit's going to be tight because I feel like it's not worth losing that much money on a shit that I think isn't going to hold anyways. So I don't know. I think if you're more bullish than I am, you're going to give it way more leniency. I don't even think this is worthy of a long. So me personally, I wouldn't even want to lose that much. I think it would be kind of silly. I don't know. Maybe we just have to wait until tomorrow. Here's what we'll do, Chili. Let's see it together. Chili, I can't predict the future, but I can be here with you and tell you if there's a whole bunch of bottom shorters coming in, or if a bunch of longs got stopped out right at 7.5, or what S&P is looking like. And to be honest, Chili, you know that I'm not really trying to set blind limits. So most of the time, just like today, it's that first wick low would probably be my invalidation. I'll let the markets tell me where the invalidation is. Does that make sense? If I'm going to put blind limits, then I'm keeping that bitch tight. You know? And the fact that it's too tight and you might think that it's going to get just filled and then stopped out would be the exact reason why I wouldn't put blind limits in the first place. I would just let that bitch wick, see the wick close back above. You know, you can market smash right there if you want to, but let it set the low first and then you have your invalidation. So it's up to you though. And let's just see it together. I want you to do whatever you were going to do. Okay. Forget what I just said. Don't let me contaminate your hard work and your preparation and your TA, okay? And the best that I can do is let's just see it together and I can narrate that bitch on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and we'll see what the data looks like. Yeah, it could be tomorrow. I don't know, especially like if ES is gonna just do a little failed auction. So first things first, again, VWAP, single print. Bitcoin also has single prints up there, right? Right there. So that is single print is kind of confluencing. So like maybe we run up clean, and then tomorrow. Because you guys were here for the CPI yesterday. Look at this. Like this is just a continuation of yesterday. It kind of like ding, 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 lost. Bearish retest, ran out of time here. You know, and then 2 hours, markets are going to be closed. It's kind of running out of time again. So maybe it just kind of fucks around. And then tomorrow resume. 30 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? No diabito. Sir Johnny, what's going on? Everybody Gucci. Ghost, let's go. Shout outs to Ray Street, MZ. MHMD. Bear likes that some outs looking juicy now. Yeah. Obviously, you know what I want from this guy. You know what I want from this guy. You know, you definitely know what I want from this guy. Right, Bear like? Kachoy! Yeah, well, you know. I'm with you though, brother. Just uno más horchata. Yeah, but you know, just something to kind of think about too, Bear like, is obviously I think getting into long before FOMC and then getting rate cuts and having that long juice is kind of like, it's a blend of super obvious and retail. So it's going to keep our head in a swivel, man. Owner says no way rate cuts. We're ready for that too. Maybe the news that there is no rate cuts is what finally gets us into 69. Can you imagine if there's no rate cuts and then we go break 70, everybody gets hella bearish, and then we skyrocket? Good choice. So we're ready for both, you know what I mean? It's just level to level. So where we are on Monday and what we do over the weekend and where we are going into Wednesday FOMC news is will play a big role, especially with S&P. Ka-choy! JV says, I came back to see Macaulay. Let's see the gap. No gap. All right, you guys. Well, let's wrap it up. We got 2 more hours on daily candle close. I'll see you guys bright and early again tomorrow. Hey, I had an amazing day today. I had a blast. I hope you guys did too. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. One more day, and then we can sleep in over the weekend. I might even do a weekend stream this weekend. I probably will because I got to test out a bunch of overlays. So Hey, Paul, love you, man. Hey, Blade, you already know how I feel about you. Calling noob, Saeed.
You know, one thing
Let's go, man.
my trainer, he told me, he said,
all right, have a great night, y'all. Rest up. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use good risk management.
They said, I'm strong, you strong. I said, we strong.
Smack the shit out of you, Chad. Lions, I love you guys. Have a great night. Stay safe. Peace, everybody.